Hello and welcome to my channel, Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette and this is going to be the full moon reading in Pisces at 28 degrees on the 20th of September 2021. Thank you for those who do like. I really do appreciate it. So let's get into it. We've got that Mercury retrograde coming up soon, but with this full moon, actually when we're probably starting in the shadow phase soon, with this full moon, Mercury trines Jupiter, so that is very positive. So like we should be receiving some good news, whether personally or collectively. You know, good luck, that sort of thing. The energies are very positive around that. So hopefully the cards will support that as into, you know, what we're doing. But the feel when I was setting up the cards is, I think it was the Three of Pentacles. So jumped out. So that's about collaboration. You know, joining forces, being part of a team, and then by no coincidence, the out of the wisdom of the oracle cards, what came out there was the tribe card, which is all about, you know, finding your tribe. It feels like this Pisces full moon, because Pisces is the ocean, you know, it's not the sea, it's the ocean. The ocean is vast and it's very spiritual sign energy, and it's all about connection at many, you know, on a higher level. So yeah, so it is about finding your tribe, finding your community, you know, whether that's small where you live or whether that's international, because obviously the internet is vast like the ocean. It just goes on and on and on and on. And clearly it's how you use that energy, because we can all use that energy either negatively or positively, especially with social media. So you've got to look at the shadow side as, because Pisces, the energy of Pisces can be easily misled. So, you know, because the ruler is Neptune, yeah, they can be easily misled. So like with social media and following people and watching people, you know, you've got to be very careful. I think the last reading, there was something about misinformation, a lot of information out there, and then having to sift through that to see, you know, what is really true, what sits true for you. So yeah, definitely about look to see who you need to be joining forces with, you know, look to see and maybe clearing out. So a full moon is completion. It can be like, you know, going through your phone, seeing who you're subscribed to. And if you've changed and that energy is not for you anymore, it's about clearing all that out, letting go of all of that. And then maybe having only a few people that you watch. Otherwise, it's too much information and you start to get confused. But obviously, the most important thing is to trust yourself and go within. And rather than what's going, you know, who's saying what on the outside, it's about going within and being quiet and seeing what your own heart, what your own intuition is saying. Because Pisces is very psychic. You know, very, very psychic energy. Oh, I meant to put that on. Let's put that on. Very psychic energy. What I was seeing, so you need to look, see where 28 degrees is in your chart. Mine, I think this one is in the fourth house. So that'll be around my home and how it would be affecting my home. But yeah, what I was seeing recently, especially when I was doing my work, like I'd gone from the hall, and I turned round to see what the time was in the hall, and it was like 11:11, and then literally a few seconds later I'm in the living room and picking my phone up, ready to do some work. And then, you know, that turned 11:11, and then I sat down to the computer and started the writing, and then that turned to 11:11, and then it was a lot of 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13. So I just felt like Spirit was saying, because they were in sync, you know, 11, 12, 13. So it feels like things are aligning, things are in sync, and hopefully we'll be seeing that in, you know, in our personal world and what's going on in the collective. But let's take a look, see what Archangel Michael would like to say for this full moon in Pisces. And Pisces is water, obviously, because it's the ocean. You know, it's fast. It's you know, they're the fish, like they swim. It's opposite, up and down. So like it can be. I think they can be quite indecisive sometimes, and it's like which direction, which, you know, even down to choices. Which choice shall I have, do? Oh, lovely. God is in charge is the message from Archangel Michael. So whatever that is for you, your belief system, you know, it doesn't matter. It can be nature, if you're connected to nature and the beauty of that. Mine is more about love, respect, kindness, and yeah, nature, the beauty of nature. But, you know, this sword is absolutely huge. And I think it's Archangel Michael that is the right-hand man of the divine, or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it is about the sword of truth. It is about truth coming out. I mean, you know, especially over the last couple of years, but even back to 2012 when this cycle started, and this energy started, it's all about things being unraveled, and taking those rose-tinted glasses off and seeing the truth about what's really going on in the world, I think. And again, if it's personally as well. But it's saying, it's like we have to look to see where we have power and where we don't have power. You know, and that's something I do every day. I ask my higher self to show me where I have power and guide me for the right words and actions, and you know, and then help me accept where I don't have power, where, you know, where I can't change things. So, but more often than not, there's something you can do, you can say, or you can help somebody. And then there's other places that we don't have power. The universe, it's in universal time, and what's going on, you know, that's about that, and only the divine's timing, the universe's timing will come into play no matter what you do. You know, there's times where you think, right, I'll do this, I'll do that, and then because you want a certain outcome, and you do all those things, and yet you still don't get that outcome, and it's like you can bang your head against the brick wall, but that's when you have to surrender. It's like, well, no, you know, that's not meant for you. Because if something is meant for you, then, you know, it won't pass you by. It will be in your life. So those things that do leave, or those people that do leave, then, you know, that's the way it's meant to be. And sometimes, you know, it's for just a little while. Other times it's for a season. You know, sometimes it can be for a decade, and sometimes it can be for life. So whatever this situation is for you, the prayer is, dear God, universe, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust in your divine wisdom and infinite love, in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. So that might be on a personal level for you, but it might also be on a collective level. So let's put that over there. There we go. So let's have a look, see what the tarot would like to say on this full moon. Most important messages, please. Where does our focus need to be? What action do we need to be taking? well, the message one of them was definitely, it's about collaborating. Like I said earlier, it's about joining forces, teamwork. So, you know, if you've reached a point where you can't move forward any further, then it could be because you need to be reaching out, or you know, bring in other people so you can progress forward. But let's have a look. So the Seven of Swords, yeah, this is quite dark, this pack. It's the what is it called? I've forgotten what it's called, sorry. It's the oh god, what is that called? It's the sorry. Oh dear. I can't even pronounce it. The Telema or whatever tarot. Sorry, I meant to say earlier. Thought I'd use a different pack to see how it would come out. But so yeah, the Seven of Swords is, you know, this is theft on some cards. It's about somebody stealing something. And, you know, that can, because it's the swords, it can be down to intellectual property, you know, your ideas, things like that. So, but it's usually somebody being crafty, somebody's stealing something, thinking they're being clever, you know, and when people do that, it's more about insecurities on their part that they don't feel. So this card can, they don't feel that they can come up with the idea or whatever. But so this card can come up and show up when, you know, when there's a scam going around, and there's certainly been lots of scams, but it's about waking up to that, down to literally, you know, receiving text messages and especially around pensions. So maybe they're saying, because it's that Neptune energy as well, maybe be careful around this full moon. I just literally spoke with somebody that they had like a good amount of money being taken out of their bank account every week for the last 9 weeks, and then, you know, that the penny dropped and they're like, well, hang on a minute, who is this? What is this? And luckily they were only small payments of something like £23, but obviously that could have increased. They could have done something. And so, yeah, it was a scam. And how they got into this person's bank account, I don't know. So this card would show up under something like that. So maybe Spirit's saying, you know, check things, because I felt like they were showing me like a subscribe thing, and then subscription and a tick box, and it was like, need to untick it and check these sort of things. Maybe just go over and be diligent about bank accounts and things like that. Maybe that's what it's saying. Or in many other different areas. But yeah, this is somebody there's theft, there's something going on, somebody being sneaky, clever, thinking that they've got the upper hand of a situation. Knight of Cups, yeah. So, but that can also be down to you know, behavioural patterns regarding love, and then somebody knowing your Achilles heel, so they would then, you know, try and press your buttons and that sort of thing. So yeah, so that could be somebody knowing your Achilles heel, because the knight wears his heart on his sleeve, so to speak, and then when you're that way, and when you know, you're very open with your heart, then, you know, people will know that and sense that, and then they will know what triggers you, what your Achilles heel are, that sort of thing. But there seems to be somebody, and it could be somebody from the past, that because there's still a lot of karmic energy and still needing to work through that, but there's a proposal of some kind on an emotional level here. And the Knight of Cups, it will come under the water signs, Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio. So, you know, and they could have a strong element of water in their chart. Even if they're an earth sign, they could still, you know, have strong water energy in their chart, and therefore would be very strong in this energy. But with that next to it, it's either that energy, they've left that behind because it could be that that's the way they were. But he is facing this way, you know, and it could be that they've left that in the past. They've realised, they've woken up and they realise that that won't work, that manipulation, because the swords are Seven of Swords is very much about manipulation, manipulating people. The same with the scam artists, you know, if only they realise if they're clever enough to do that, then they're clever enough to use it in the right way, you know, from a place of good, not negative to hurt others. But yeah, so there's some sort of proposal of some kind, and you know, he's offering something, and even though he's got some sort of uniform or armed up a bit, he's not got any visor on or anything, so he's showing himself to you. And there we go, we've got the Fool. So but it's not reverse. If it was in reverse, I would say be very careful about this person, especially with this card here. But this looks like, especially if you've been single, it feels like then because of the collaboration card, which means teamwork, it feels like those that have been single for a long time need to start being out in their communities, because it's about finding your tribe, and maybe you'll find somebody that's right for you if you're open to it. Going to like today we had you know, a marathon here in our town, and a family member was running in it, so you know, we went up there. There's so many people, and got talking. You know, it's easy to do, and then you're with like-minded people, and it's easier to meet people. So maybe that's why the Three of Pentacles came out, and the tribe card came out of the Oracle of the Wisdom. But yeah, the Fool is about a new beginning, you see. It's about taking a risk. It's about, you know, taking that leap of faith. So either this person is finding the courage to take a leap of faith and to have a new beginning. Maybe, you know, either something that's gone wrong in the past, and this can either be to do with a particular person, or they're thinking and to try and reach out to that person, or they're thinking, no, that's dead and gone, then now I need to move on. I need to make a fresh start for myself. You know, we're not victims. We can see things from a higher perspective and see it as lessons, and that, you know, those choices got us to the place that we are in now. And that's all it was about. And you know, we can make a new start. We can make a fresh start whenever we want to. And so this is it. This is suggesting that, you know, you need to be taking a leap of faith. And that doesn't mean, you know, not being discerning and not being, you know, do your due diligence, nothing like that. But there seems to be some sort of proposal in the cards around this full moon, and whether that's you or whether that definitely with the Ace of Cups here. I love this card. It's so beautiful. Because, you know, it's the dove of peace. It's that pure energy, because it is energy. It's not an actual. So this is very much the Pisces energy, that psychic energy. And it can be that you become more intuitive, more psychic around this time. Maybe the masculine become more intuitive and psychic and starts to trust that more. Whereas it's been a lot of mental energies, and the Mercury retrogrades have all been in the mental body, in the swords, you know, the air signs. So we've got that one coming up in Libra. So maybe something there, and that's about communication. You know, the swords are about communication. So that could be about miscommunication. But in the here and now, you know, they're focused on the future and moving forward into the future for a new beginning, not only a major new beginning, but on an emotional level, you know, definitely. So it could be that there's somebody around you, or you're sensing them, you know, when you feel excited and butterflies and that sort of thing. It's usually because in the environment there's somebody that's about to come in. So, but definitely a new beginning in love around this situation. Oh, heart of the matter, 9 of swords. Yeah, we've got the swords again. So the 9 of swords is about, you know, not being able to sleep due to anxiety and worry. But a lot of the time it's because usually it's fear. It's not actually what's going on with your situation. You know, or what's going on in the world, and, you know, the propaganda and, you know, lies and deceit, that sort of thing, that can bring your energy down. And then it becomes like that vampire energy, and you feel drained and exhausted, or your thoughts are out of control. And that's why this card can come under, you know, like depression. Your thoughts can come out, spiral, and then you sort of go down and go down. And then you think, oh, how on earth did I get here? Because you feel, you know, you feel so down about it. But remember, this is a positive full moon because of the Mercury and Jupiter trine. It's very much about some good news. So it might not be as bad as you think it is, but it's something to do with a new beginning on an emotional level. How are those? Let's move them up on an emotional level. So don't let the past interfere. Oh my goodness, and the Magician. Yeah. You know, you have all the skills, talents that you need in this situation. Because remember, Archangel Michael saying God is in charge, and surrender that, hand that over to the universe. But this card is about manifesting, even though I don't like that word, but being creative, you know, being creative. And I feel that's what they were saying earlier, around our thoughts. We've got to keep our vibration high. We've got to keep our thoughts positive, because it does make a difference. We are creating very quickly, you know, literally creating quickly, and down to thinking, I don't know, oh, it'd be nice to have a piece of cake and a cup of tea, and then literally somebody turns up unexpectedly with a box of cakes or something. You know, it's that quick. They're saying it's happening very quickly. So yeah, with the Magician card, this is about your power and being powerful. So and being next to that, it's, you know, it would suggest somebody doesn't feel as though they're in their power, and maybe it's about taking this leap of faith. Oh, I forgot I have my soup on. Taking this leap of faith will bring you into your power. It will make you, you know, come into your power And, you know, I'm not saying, because a lot of mental health issues are rampant out there, but it's saying this new beginning, taking this leap of faith will get you out of that feeling. And regarding this Knight of Cups, you know, this proposal, this offer. So whether this is somebody thinking that's on emotional level, that's what they want to do, but their mind is in conflict. They want this new beginning on an emotional level, but their mind is in conflict because it is at the heart of the matter, and they're too much in their mental body, and they need to drop down into their emotional body. They need to use that Pisces water energy, and tap into their psychic, you know, abilities. But yeah, the Five of Wands is, you know, is like competition of some kind. So whether it's on an emotional level, but it will affect you on an emotional level, because we do have the Ace of Cups there, about this new beginning, wanting this new beginning, this fresh start. And there seems to be some sort of competition on some level, you know, and that could be to do with work, because it's the fire, it's the creativity. It could be to do with that. It doesn't have to be romantic. But oh goodness, we've got the swords again. But at least this is the Six of Swords. This is about, yeah, moving away from this energy, moving away from this heavy mental energy and negativity regarding love. You know, the past is the past. It's time to let things go. And this card definitely, and this can be literally moving away, you know, going on a journey, and that can show up when you're needing to move home. This could be somebody's worried, you know, they've had an offer, or they will be having an offer that puts them in a spin. Didn't expect this, because that Uranus energy there, didn't expect this, because this is Mercury. Didn't expect this, so now it's thrown somebody in turmoil, and okay, so what do I do now? So maybe it could be that, but maybe it is good news. But even with good news, it can be like, then, because you're not expecting it, you thought something, a situation was over, whether that was a job you went for, or, you know, whatever, a house move, whatever it is, romance, and you thought something was over, and maybe it wasn't, and maybe the offer comes back, and then that puts you into that thinking. But it's definitely, you know, with the Six of Swords, is about moving away from the competition. So if that is to do with work, maybe because that tribe thing, it was about finding everybody's important regarding the community, and finding your tribe. It's like, you need to stay in your lane, or find your lane. What, you know, what gifts and skills do you have? And, you know, because some people out there with the Seven of Swords, like I said, they don't feel that they've got those skills and talents, so they then copy somebody else. And that, so like, you know, copyright can come into that as well. Copyright can come into that. But this is about moving away from troubled waters, and because it's the mind, it's about moving away from those thoughts, those energies that, you know, bring you down, really. And what we've got here, the Knight of Wands. Now, see, he's totally different. So this is coming under the fire energy, Sag, Aries, Leo. Now, he's all armoured up on here. You know, he's ready for a battle, and he doesn't show himself. And in reverse, that's like a warning, because upright, it's about action, taking action. But in reverse, it's like, you know, somebody is more of the shadow form of the Knight of Wands, because this is about getting something going, stirring something up, moving somebody or a situation forward. So they can be a great catalyst for change. And you know, usually they don't hang around, they don't stay around. It's like that thunderbolt lightning, you know, it comes at whoosh, and then, you know, you have to deal with the aftermath with it in reverse. You have to deal with that after, and maybe that's why that's there, because but it's saying you do have what you need, what it takes. But we'll get some more cards out in that in a minute. And now there you go, we've got the Page of Swords. So again, a lot of mental energy. Yeah, because we have swords again there and the moon. So even if we took all three of them, because this is about somebody, it's a message, communication of some kind that's going to be as to why all this is happening. But on here, his sword is down. On some of them, it's raised as though he's in a defensive position. He, she, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's that they have something to say. They've got something to say. So whether it's you, whether it's in a work environment, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in a community setting, whatever it is, you know, this is a message of some kind, and whether you want to deliver that or whether somebody will be delivering that to you or somebody you know. But let's go a little bit deeper and see what the futuristic cards would like to say. And then we'll get some clarity on this one here. Yeah, and I did say there's, because of that Mercury and Jupiter trine, good news. There is some good news and good luck. So whatever this situation is, it's not as bad as one might think it is. There's some good luck around it. So whatever's been, you know, weighing heavy on somebody's mind or your mind, you know, we've got the Clover card there, so it means something's okay. It's not as bad as we think it is. So, and it did feel like that from the beginning. Let's see what's at the heart of the matter on this Nine of Swords. Yeah, so there's definitely some healing. So with the Nine of Swords and the Lily, that can be, because it's about your health, that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's where I said it will show up as depression or, you know, but there's healing there. There's healing there because we've got the Lily there. So definitely some healing of... you know, something that's been weighing heavy, worry, concern. Let's have a look at this Knight of Cups. What is he going to produce? Yep, there's an event. There's an event or invitation of some kind. So, but we will get some more cards out on him or her and him or her to see what this event is, because this is very much about movement. So if there has been stagnation, you know, regarding romance, because obviously he comes under romance. He's not the King of Cups, though. He is, you know, there can be that naivety, not as naive as the Page of Cups, but there can be that immaturity, and they can be very romantic and but sometimes not follow through. But like a poet, you know, that they're very romantic, very artistic. So we do need to be cautious. Or there's something going on, you know, with the mouse. There's it nibbles away. It's a rodent. It nibbles. Obviously, the cheese analogy comes into it. So it can be a trap, you know, because you put the cheese in the trap and to encourage the mouse out, and then, you know, it gets the cheese and it's squashed and it's deaded. But yeah, and this is to do with this new beginning, you see. So because that's there and it's about negotiations, I would say you've got to be maybe negotiating a new beginning, a fresh start. Can't just jump into it, even though it's saying take a leap of faith. It's not about blindly jumping off that cliff, that's for sure. So the mountain. Oh, lovely. So there's some good luck abroad. There's definitely some good luck abroad. Something really important, and maybe that's why we have the God in Charge card. But there's something that's really important, and it's to do with a new beginning regarding an emotional start. And there's some luck. There's some luck from abroad. So it could be like international. So there's maybe this Mercury retrograde. That's what I'm sensing now, because it comes under Mercury. So maybe around that Mercury retrograde, because it's in Libra, which is all about relationship, business relationship, which definitely the dog and the lily can represent that. It can be a professional. So, and we do have the magician there, which comes under, using your power for the good, for the greater good. And like I said earlier, knowing your lane. But there seems to be some sort of friendship or companion of some kind that's very skilled and talented. So it could be she is a professional. It could be connected to abroad or overseas of some kind. And I did mention about Pisces being the, spiritual, the ocean. But yeah, definitely something very positive coming in around this full moon. So it feels as though whatever's been negative, heavy, it's just going to knock it out. It's going to knock it out. This is too strong. This Sun card and these cards here overpower what's underneath, what's going on underneath. So things are not going to be, if we think they're bad, they're not going to be as bad as we think they are going to be, is what I feel they're saying. And obviously the Sun, because this is about optimistic outcomes. This is about, the light being shone. And this is very positive. And especially with the mountain and the clover card, like I said, something very positive, more than likely something to do with overseas, international, that sort of thing. But yeah, we've even got, so there's going to be, a wish being fulfilled, some sort of wish, something you've been wishing for is coming in, and the star is about longevity. So moving away from troubled waters and moving towards calmer waters, moving towards a calmer situation is definitely in the cards, because we have the star there, and that can be on a domestic level or a personal level. And this card is definitely to do with movement. Like I said, he does come under a change of residency, but it's in reverse with the house on it. So that could be a delay, and it could be to do with that Mercury retrograde, something to do with the home, to do with the property. So that could just indicate a delay around that situation. So it might run through because we have the shadow phase that goes right through to, I believe, up until November the 7th. So it might be, I might do a reading on Mercury retrograde. I don't know yet. But yeah, so it might be around that time that that might take to get to that position. And it does actually. It's certainly been a long time with the ones that I've watched here. Over 3 months sometimes, to even from, you know, putting it in process and getting to completion. It can be a good 3 months or more, depending on what's going on. So it could be that you may need to delay that until the Mercury retrograde goes through, and then maybe pursue it and look at it again differently, maybe in November, or it may be that it takes up until then to do that. So let's see what's going on underneath. Yeah, it's regarding, you know, security. I just got somebody being your anchor. You know, like sometimes we say somebody being your rock, but it feels like it's about your security, your safety, your stability. I heard about somebody being your anchor. In other words, you know, somebody that grounds you. Or maybe another message would be that you need to be grounded when you hear this message. You need to be grounded and know that you're safe regarding your stability. Maybe it might be something like that. But let's get a few cards out because we said we was going to look at that and up there. So let's get a few cards out on the Knight of Cups, because that does come under the Pisces energy. Yeah, well, there's a proposal of some kind, and the stork lands on properties, and if it does, it's about being blessed, and hence why they say also fertility. That's why they say house move, new baby. So that's when they say be careful, because that's what it's known as. Yeah, so it's to do with the house, this event, this proposal of some kind. There we go. We do have the Thief come up, which is what was being said there, and it's on the card. And like I said, it's either... So it could be many different scenarios, but it could be, like I said, you could have an idea about a property, or, you know, building a property, or some sort of intellectual property, copyright to do with a house or property. And then, like I said, somebody's stealing your idea, that sort of thing. Or it could be to do with inheritance and a home situation. But yeah, a thief has showed up there. Or they could be worried about offering this romantic proposal, and maybe they've got a home and they're thinking, oh, will that be taken from me if the relationship doesn't work out? You know, because of the Nine of Swords here, it can be many different scenarios. It's whether it fits in with your what's going on for you or somebody you know. But obviously it shows a guy here in deep thought, but it can be the feminine as well. It doesn't matter which, but yeah, somebody's in deep thought about this situation, about offering something on an emotional level. That would you know, move things forwards, but there's concerns because there would need to be negotiations around this situation, this new beginning, this fresh start. But yeah, somebody seems to be deep in thought about this. But let's see what cards come up on here. Or it's you. It could be you thinking that, if you've got a home and then, you know, think you've been single and wonder. Oh, and I said about a baby. I said something about a baby. New house, new baby is the same. Well, certainly is here. And the baby could literally, obviously, be a baby. So you might need to be having to move because, you know, that could be, oh, you know, with the Ace of Cups. So it could be you find out unexpectedly that you're pregnant or someone you know is pregnant. It could be something even down to that as to why that's in reverse. And then that's a shock, and then that's a worry. And it's like, you know, how do you manage? But yeah, the baby is about a new beginning, something in its early stages. But there's a gift. There's a gift. So it could be, because I was saying about good news, and whatever this was here, the clover overrides that. So it could be, or it could be you hear about this regarding a friend. It could be somebody winning the lottery. Who knows? But yeah, it's a gift. So it could be you're being, or somebody's being gifted a home. But whatever this is, or to see that if anybody who watches mine is, you know, young, and seeing obviously the baby, if it is unexpected, seeing the baby as a gift from the universe, and know and trust that it will be okay, that you'll be okay. And yeah, there's definitely going to be a clear message regarding this situation, because he's dancing on the World card, and you know, there's like coins, money coming here, and letters, messages, and that. So definitely something. Let's take a look what's going on underneath. We need to move on. Yes. Let's just have a look quickly, see what these cards are saying. That's to do with a marriage of some kind, going on some sort of trip or journey. Yeah, and we've got the anger card here, which can be that Page of Swords. So that's either a separate message or it's connected, and that could be down to, that could be because it's a marriage, somebody going on a honeymoon, a couple, you know, and then, I don't know, leaving the kids. It could even be down to something like that, and then, you know, somebody's upset about something. Could even be down to that. But let's take a look, see what the romance angels would like to say. Most important message for this full moon in Pisces. Oh, yeah, it is saying a reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. But at the end of the day, you know, if it is connected to a child, a home, and something needs to be sorted out, any reconciliation, it doesn't, just because it happens, it shows itself, doesn't mean to say you have to go down that road, doesn't mean to say you have to, because obviously there's unfinished business there. But you can decide regarding your soul contract that, you know, it's over for you, no matter what the other person is saying or doing. But yeah, it does seem to be, but where this situation is concerned, it's a bit like this one. It's a bit like handing it over, and let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, so whatever it is, maybe don't label it, don't jump to what it could be about or maybe about, maybe let it unfold naturally, and then see where it takes you, really, because they're saying this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, it could be that you haven't recognized them. So this could be somebody like more from a past life thing, that you haven't had a relationship with, but they have come back in to reconcile with you this lifetime. So it could be that, you know, you might have noticed them, you might have seen them, but not registered. Because that's what this card is really, is that, you know, this could be the one, but you haven't recognized it because there hasn't been any romantic feelings, maybe on your part or even their part. Maybe you're the one that they keep seeing, but there is some sort of connection there. But definitely the key is to let go of any control issues there. Let's see what the angels would like to say from above. Oh, don't know if that one wanted to come or that one. So what they're suggesting is, if there's any body issues around feeling, you know, insecure, low self-esteem, that sort of thing, don't, you know, work on that, work on yourself. Don't allow that. So it could be that you feel overweight, or, you know, I don't know, you're getting older, or whatever the issue is. You know, it's saying take good care of your body, look after yourself, and don't allow any body issues that you may have to, you know, stop somebody new coming in. Don't let that stop you from moving forward, or to listen to what this event or proposal is about. And trust your intuition. So they're saying regarding this, you know, with Pisces in that psychic energy, you know, the more clear you are, the more you take care of your body. And that can be down to, because again, water, we're what is it, 75% water? I can't remember what it is now. But, you know, so you need to be drinking filtered water, fresh water, good water, flushing anything out. But where your body's concerned, you need to be trusting your intuition, because your intuition can only be like strong when you're looking after yourself and looking after your body. You still get your gut instinct, but intuition is on many different levels. You know, you can have intuition with your physical survival and gut instincts. You can have intuition through creativity, all sorts of ways. But yeah, they're saying your intuition regarding your body at the moment is spot on. So you need to be trusting that. You need to be trusting that and following that. Let's see what the guardian angels would like to say. Eight of emotions. So that's the Eight of Cups, isn't it? You feel a deep longing for something meaningful in your life. In your heart, you know that there's more out there waiting for you in the world. It may be time to switch careers, move to a new home or city, or initiate other important changes. And that's what that is. But there will need to be some negotiation. Do what's right for you and seek out your magical new life. That's definitely magical new life. There we go. Regarding a companion of some kind. And that's what they're advising. Wisdom of the Oracle. What advice do you have for us on this full moon? Chaos and conflict. So yeah, it feels like I was saying earlier, any chaos or conflict that's been happening, it's, you know, it's all about, it's the bit they show me in Eat, Pray, Love, where she's in the ruins and she's down there and she's looking at it and she's saying, you know, maybe my life hasn't been so chaotic. It's how I perceive it that has been like that. So I feel that's what Spirit's saying, you know, now, is that maybe it's not been so chaotic. It's what's going on around and in the environment and with other people. So, but if it is, then step away from that. It might not be yours. Let's see on a soul contract level. What do we have from the Akashic Records? The Oracle of Delphi, yeah, which fits in well with the intuition, trust your intuition card, and you know, Pisces and the psychic energy is definitely this card. And number one, if you looked at it, would be the Magician also. So, you know, here she is the channel. She's the channel. She's got her hand out, her left hand out, which is about receiving the, you know, so if you're tarot readers or you're channelers or, you know, psychics, whatever, it's saying, you know, that's about being open to receiving those messages. And she channels all the information and then he writes it down as the interpretation. So everything that she receives is pure. It's like not what do they call it, not edited in any shape or form, and then it goes to him, he writes it all down, and then obviously it's then interpreted. So and it feels like saying, you know, trust your own intuition regarding this, or regarding any conflict around a situation, because there might be, because of the Knight of Wands in reverse there, is what they might be saying. So, and what would you like to whisper to us for this lovely full moon? Oh, lovely. Embrace your emotions. So it's saying, you know, which is like that Eight of Cups. You've got to own your emotions. Very much that Pisces energy. Own what you're feeling, you know, own what you're feeling. Your feelings let you know what, you know, if you're not happy, that sort of thing, what's missing out of your life. And it was saying, go for your magical life, whatever it was, yeah, and seek out your magical life. You've got to, it's not going to come to you. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. Yeah, exactly. Embrace them. And there's the unicorn being that magic, because it's magical. Your feelings and your emotions, being them, they're like a sat nav. They're trying to tell you something about something that you're not happy with, or someone you're not happy with. You're discontented in some way, or it could be the opposite. You know, you're feeling good, things are good, and then, or this person makes you feel that way. And then it's like, right, you know, you need to trust that. You need to trust your intuition, and any downloads or anything that you get. They're saying, okay, and the affirmation for this full moon is, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And that definitely works with that. You know, don't allow your emotions to overwhelm you to the point that, you know, you're lost in them. And maybe that's why also it's about surrendering. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need and let the universe bring you what you actually do need. There we go. I do hope those messages help. Please like, share and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And I will be back here for the new moon. Hope you're all doing well. Lots of love. Namaste.